Let's raise the next big question then. Karnataka's COVID fight, has it been hit by confusion? That's the question I want to raise. I'm joined by the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, Mr. Ashwath Narayan. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Ashwath Narayan. We've just shown a story today to our viewers where pigs are roaming in a hospital in Kalburgi, the second worst affected district of COVID in Karnataka. Where does this leave your state, which often talks of its high standards when it comes to public health? Mr. Narayan.
This is not a right incident or the right kind of situation, sir. I completely agree with you. But to be very frank with you, this has been the condition for many years, past many years. But we are trying to address and ensure this kind of, pigs roaming around the city should not happen. We are trying to contain all this thing, and we are tackling the issue very strongly and make sure that this kind of situation will not arise in future.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ashwath Narayan. The fact that the pigs have been in and around hospitals in the past can be no excuse. From an average viewer's point of view, what we are showing seems a disgrace to a state like Karnataka, which prides itself, as I said, on its public health system. You have pigs roaming inside a hospital in Kalburgi?
Yeah, definitely, it's a disgrace, sir. I don't dispute that. But we'll ensure this will not recur. It will not happen in future. And it will be already action has been taken, measures have been taken to ensure in future this kind of incident will not happen.
Mr. Ashwath Narayan, the other issue with Karnataka at the moment is the confusion over lockdown, unlocking, re-lockdown. One moment Karnataka was saying that we are lifting the lockdown a month ago. Then you've had this week of a lockdown again. Now the Chief Minister says, I will never have a lockdown again in Bengaluru. There seems to be complete confusion. These 1 week lockdowns just don't work, it seems.
Basically, we don't have any confusion, sir. We are very clear about it. There was a lot of pressure, and immediately there was a spiking of cases, and there was a lot of demand even from the opposition and the people every side. We had demand for a lockdown, for a short time lockdown. This is the first time after our lockdown, which was announced through a national lockdown. This is the first time we are having a week lockdown in the city of Bangalore.
No, but Mr. Minister, what purpose does a 1 week lockdown serve? It's neither here or there. Either you go in for a proper extended lockdown. What purpose has a 1 week lockdown in Bengaluru really served? Is it an answer?
Probably, you know very well, sir, the movement of the people there will be a lot of scope for increasing in the number of cases. So we wanted just one temporary respite, and there was a lot of demand for the lockdown. We had to concede for it, and we announced for a 1 week lockdown. And this is not a permanent solution. It was a temporary phase which all the people who are demanding it for it, and the government considered for it, and we announced for a 1 week lockdown. And we are not going to continue with the lockdown. Lockdown is not the solution.
What we are hearing, though, is that there is a sharp divide today in states like Karnataka, particularly Karnataka, between the bureaucracy and the politicians. A former Bangalore municipal chief was reportedly favoring the extension of the lockdown by 15 days. He is removed. Is that the way you are going to go, that there is this fight going on between the bureaucracy which wants extended lockdowns and politicians who want them removed as early as possible?
Sir, no. Basically, it was I don't know what statement he had made. Basically, entire bureaucracy is not for the lockdown, sir. They're completely against the lockdown, and the entire political system, even our Honorable Chief Minister is very clear. He doesn't want to go for any further lockdown. There's no question, will not be announcing any further lockdowns.
The other concern, Mr. Deputy Chief Minister, being expressed in your state is the shortage of beds. Private hospitals not being involved in the COVID fight. Are you satisfied now that in a city like Bengaluru in particular, you have enough beds to meet the growing demand?
Sir, if you compare with any other state, the number of beds availability in the state of Karnataka per lakh, the numbers are more than any other state, sir, and we have adequate number. But since the infection rate is going in a very high numbers, there is challenges, but we are trying to ensure there are many ways of addressing this concern, sir. Home care, COVID care, and the hospitals. And we are mobilizing the maximum and ensuring the availability of the beds for our people. And along with that, we are trying to do our best to control the spread of disease and ensure the curve will be flat, and so that there will not be immediate increase in the numbers.
But Mr. Deputy Chief Minister, there is even confusion over home isolation. As the cases were rising, are you very clear now that patients with mild symptoms must stay at home, not go to hospitals and overcrowd the hospitals? Because the Karnataka government earlier seemed to suggest that all patients with symptoms would go to hospitals. Are you clear that home quarantine only for those with mild symptoms?
Yeah, we are permitting the people with mild symptoms. Preferably, we are allowing asymptomatic, sir. And mild, we are just assessing, and personally, we are trying to assess and see if the home care is suitable for him or not. If it is suitable, we are allowing them. Otherwise, we are taking them to COVID care or hospitals, sir.
But the reason I'm asking you all of these questions is still a few weeks ago, Karnataka, Mr. Minister, was being held up as a role model when it came to the COVID fight. Now there is confusion over lockdowns, over home quarantine, over allegations also ventilator corruption that have been made by the opposition. Did somewhere Karnataka take the eye of the ball a month ago when the lockdown was eased, and that led to a spurt in cases for which you were not prepared?
So basically, when the cases immediately increased drastically in a matter of a few days, we were taken aback a little bit initially, but we were able to overcome all these challenges, and we have addressed the concern and the requirement of the people for providing the healthcare across the state and even in the city of Bangalore. We are able to manage and we are able to provide. Sir, otherwise, where will the patients will go, sir? You tell me, where will they go? We have taken care of them. Exceptional cases, the stray cases have been highlighted and shown very badly. Otherwise, normally most of the cases have been admitted to hospitals, they have been provided COVID care centers, they have been taken to COVID care centers, or they are in home care, sir.
You know, you're saying all of this. The opposition is claiming, for example, on the ventilator issue, they are claiming Karnataka is paying more than 18 lakhs per ventilator, where neighboring Tamil Nadu is paying only 4 lakhs. They are accusing you of a giant ventilator scam. How do you respond to the serious charge that even on ventilators, someone was making money, there was a middleman involved?
No, sir. When it comes to the ventilator, let me make it things very clear, sir. There's nothing gone wrong. Even if you look into the GEM portal, the procurement, whatever has been done by the state government, is far, far below the prices, whatever has been quoted among the GEM portal or any other central institute or any other institute, or even in the private institute, wherever the procurement has happened, the prices of the state government is much, much lower, sir. Even with regard to the PPE, ventilators, there's opposition leaders in the crisis, instead of looking into the challenges, what the people are facing, how best to address the situation, they are just getting into the politics. They could have questioned, there are many opportunities, which they could have done it.
No, sir, Tamil Nadu is paying 4.5 lakhs a ventilator, Karnataka paid 18 lakhs, yes or no?
If you look at the ventilator, what they have quoted, transport ventilator, it is only assisted ventilator. Assisting, it is not a manual, it is something improvised version of a manual assisted ventilation. If that they are comparing with a high-end ventilators, it is not fair making this kind of allegation. They should be very clear. Even if you look at the period in there during regime, the regime where they have procured the equipment, the ventilators being procured during their regime, even if you compare the prices, forget about any other thing. Let us compare the regime when they had procured the ventilators, at least today's price. At today's ventilator, whatever we have procured, or the procurement what has happened during their period, we can compare. Let them look into it. They have ruled the state, they have run the state. They know about all these things. Unnecessarily, they are telling 2,000 crores, 3,000 crores. The entire procurement only 323 crores. As procurement has been made, the allegation is made 3,000 crores. What kind of allegation?
Let me ask you in conclusion. Today, as Karnataka prepares to lift the lockdown once again, can you tell me with confidence that the situation is under control? Or will we see another surge of cases of the kind that we saw in the last 2 weeks the moment the lockdown is lifted?
Sir, if you look at the numbers, still we are far behind some of the people. The numbers can increase over the time. But we are in a situation where we can handle the situation, we can provide the best possible facility to our people, and we are ensuring, if you compare with the number of beds to any other state, we have got a good number of beds availability, infrastructure, beds, or any gadgets, devices, equipment. We are having a sufficient number, but still there is scope for improvement. Always the scope for improvement in health sector, always it is there, and we have got the best possible facilities, and we are doing our best, and we'll do our best, sir.
Let me leave you, sir, as they say in North India, तुम्हारे मुंह में आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर. Let's hope that Karnataka, the worst is over. Thanks very much there for joining us, Ashwath Narayan.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.